Hi, I'm Jercinovic. I'm from Havas and I lead innovation for Havas globally. Okay, well, cognitive really is many things to many people. In the context of what I talked about this week in Singapore, I talked about its application for marketing and for our clients. Cognitive is a transformation that's happening right now in terms of the way in which you examine data to develop customer insights at scale. Cognitive systems can be defined by exhibiting insights from that data and learning and displaying outcomes or like reasoning that are ranked based on value. Like we do as humans. It's basically replicating the thought process that we have as people, but teaching our brands or the machines behind the brands to exhibit that. One of the aspects of or opportunities that cognitive systems provide is the ability to customize a user experience or personal experience based on that data of who I am. And we call that marketing to a market of one, or personalizing experience to me as an individual. Well, the challenge we have now in the world that we live in is the vast amount of data. We're amassed in a sea of data, we're overwhelmed by it. Humans can't do it all, there's too much. The amount of information that we're producing right now via our devices, via social media, via content, via the sensors that are on our cars and trucks and automobiles is astronomical, and it's going to only continue to grow. So we're in awash in a sea of data, and we're unable to even process that. And even traditional machines can't process that stuff because the structure of the data is undefined. So we're seeing a world in the future in which unstructured data will continue to evolve. If you think about that in the context of marketing, how do I understand the sentiment from a video? How do I understand what somebody means with emoticons? Machines have a hard time with that. So cognitive systems is the next evolution or the new era of machines that enable them to think like we do, to exhibit understanding of humanity in a way that is very much tied to the same way we are. And brands have the opportunity to create custom experiences for their clients with that data. I think it's early. We're early in the days of cognitive right now. This notion of a cognitive journey is something that is important to discuss. Often with our clients, they start with something relatively small, test it out, and we haven't had many that don't believe in its value. If you talk to sophisticated digital marketers, this is like a ray of sunshine in a dark cave. And the insights that come out are really applicable because they're tied to who I am as a person. It's tied to me, my interests, and you can really understand somebody better if you know who they are. There's many benefits for cognitive systems for brands, but most importantly it's demonstrating knowledge of who I am as an individual that comes about through an enhanced user experience, perhaps an even anticipatory user experience that's recommending something that you think I'm going to like in a way that matches who I am. And thus, they're able to have a better relationship. You think about it, maybe an exchange of value where I'm able to give up my information as an individual in exchange for something that is valuable to me. I'm okay with that. That's sort of the world that we live in. We were talking earlier today about it being the age of personalization, and really, cognitive is a tool set that enables that to come together in a very good way for the user or for the customer. The first part is like, what does it mean to be in a post-digital era? And I think the short answer of that is that everything is digital. So you don't create a marketing strategy for your digital campaign. You don't create a marketing strategy for your traditional campaign. You create a strategy for the world we live in, which is digital. So everything is digital, and we need to think about the world from that point of view. The second part of your question was, is the trend towards older devices and affected hipsters something that will go away? Well, I think we all long for the legitimacy that comes with physical objects, and by living so much in the virtual world of social media and devices, there's a tactile nature to picking up a record, putting it on, or even playing an old video game, or having a turntable in your apartment or house. That is something that we as humans, we want that physical interaction, and I think that's a part of it. And I also think there's a desire to reinvent. One of the things that we've seen through the cycles of the past 20 years of digital is this reinvention. What's old is new comes about. Now the cycles are so fast that things come and go very quickly, right? And thus we long for the permanence of real things. And that's why I think one of the reasons vinyl sales are going back up. And even people are collecting like old cameras and all that sort of stuff, because it's a physical artifact that has permanence, and that is something that's valuable in today's transparent world of devices. There's definitely a risk for cognitive to have negative impact. I think we have marketers need to make sure the systems that we build are built on transparency and ethics are clearly demonstrated. You know, we always try to, as much as possible, demonstrate the thinking in a way that when we're acting with the customers to say, we thought this was good for you because of this, and then the user can then interact with that. And this notion of having the interfaces respond with that transparency, you know, enables the value of cognitive to be edited by the user, and then they're able to say, oh cool, that works, I like that, or no, that's wrong. So the answer is transparency, making sure it's clear, nothing that is like evil. It's about doing good for the person, eliminating some friction or pain point they have, enabling them to realize a better goal. And brands that look at the world in that way will win. Well, I think we're all of us are a synthesis of all the experiences we have. I would say that I have a diverse interest, and I like many things, not just technology. And I try to be a better dad for my kids in that way by making sure they realize the benefit of sport plus music plus science plus nature. And if anything, by being so immersed in digital, I long for the value of real experiences, quality experiences, and I think that's something that people are in general seeing. And if you wanted to think about a prediction, I think that the value of real experiences will become more important as everything becomes more digital. No, we're very active. I think you got to be out and about. I've got active boys, and they're avid sports fiends, so we're constantly on the go. And I think it's a balance between the devices, use of technology, as well as actually reading books, and going for walks outside, smelling the trees, going for a swim. Those things are really important to live a balanced life.